Well, I'm here at the Sonnet Technologies stand here at IBC 2018. When we come to this place, the man we always speak to, of course, is Greg Laporte. Hi, Greg.
Hey, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Now, as always, there's a lot going on at the Sonnet stand. This year's no exception, so we're going to focus on a few parts of it, namely what we've got here.
Well, what we're trying to show here is like a mobile workstation for video editing in the field, full of different types of kit. So we've got stackable CF3 media readers, S/S, Red Mini Mag, and CFast.
Yep.
We've got a Fusion flash drive, and I'm going to talk more about that in a second. We've got Echo 11 Thunderbolt dock with lots of ports and power for your MacBook Pro. So you don't really need another power brick. You just need the dock, and you've got power to the MacBook Pro, 15-inch, which is unusual, 87 watts of power.
Yep. And
we've got the EGFX Breakaway Puck 570, so it's got a Radeon 570 in it, very similar in performance within 10% of a 580, and excellent for field work. It's adequate performance for what you might want to do in the field. So what we have here on screen is Maxon Cinema 4D rendering, and the nice thing about what Apple has done with eGPU support is they've enabled multi-GPU support. And that includes, in this case, the onboard discrete GPU in the MacBook Pro, which is working on this rendering, as well as the Breakaway Puck 570, which is also working on the rendering. So they combine performance together to give you, maximize your investment. Okay, so likewise, playing out 4K footage is not a problem with we've got a bunch of effects enabled in DaVinci Resolve, and again we're using two GPUs together to make that work. And then lastly, what I want to show you is something about our Fusion flash drive that is unknown by a lot of people. So number one, it's, if you look at the performance, it's up to 2,600 megabytes per second. And other similar drives do that. But what they also do is they thermal throttle after a little bit of transfer. And we've designed this with heat dissipation that allows the whole drive to be read and written to, read from and written to, without thermal throttling. So you get the full performance all the time, every time. Second thing that's worth pointing out is there are a lot of popular USB 3 drives, USB 3.1 drives that are optimizing the 10 gigabits per second that is equal to what we did back in Thunderbolt 1 days, but it's still pretty good. You're getting 900 megabytes per second of bandwidth, which is nice. It's a fairly inexpensive drive, but what matters is frames per second. So if you're working with 4K footage and you're trying to play it out, you're trying to edit real time as a scratch drive in the field, with a USB drive, the best you're going to get is about 17 frames per second. And here we're giving you 50 frames per second, which is more than enough to edit smoothly.
It is amazing, and you've got something else to show us, which is right behind you as well, which looks impressive.
Quickly. So what we have here is the Breakaway Box 650 with a Radeon Pro WX 9100, which is the most powerful GPU that AMD offers. And the 650 is the only box that's Apple and AMD qualified to work with both the Vega 64 and the WX 9100. But again, as we discussed, the GPU capability, multi-GPU capability that Apple provides allows us to add not one but two to the onboard GPU, which is the Vega 64 and the iMac Pro. So we're able to play out 8K footage. You can actually support 8K raw workflows on an iMac Pro with dual 9100s easily at more than 24 frames per second. So that's pretty impressive. So what we're playing out here is got 6 filters applied to it and still is playing out nicely. Okay, what I'm also going to show you is what rendering how rendering can benefit from multi-GPUs. So Martin's going to switch this over to Maxon Cinema 4D with a rendering. that he's going to initiate. And what you'll see on the screen, we got the GPU reporting, and we've got all 3 GPUs applied to this render. And the nice thing about rendering programs like Cinema 4D with multi-GPU is it's linear acceleration.
Right.
So one GPU, add the second one is twice as fast, add the third one is 3 times as fast. So what a lot of people are doing is they're buying an iMac Pro, a breakaway box with a Radeon Pro 6100 for each workstation, and then they have a pool of extra ones so that people can just plug in and add GPU performance when they need it, which you could never do with a desktop card because you obviously don't plug in those around without wearing them out. So extra benefit.
It is amazing. Now I know there's one more thing you wanted to talk to us about.
Well, at NAB we showed you the Solo 10G, which is the breakthrough price of 10 gigabit single port performance over Thunderbolt 3. So we had a lot of requests for Thunderbolt 2, so we're adding the Thunderbolt 2 version coming out in a month, and we're also adding an SFP+ version coming out in a month, also at breakthrough prices. So that's really what we have to show you today.
Excellent, brilliant, Greg. Thank you very much. An awful lot of impressive stuff from you guys. It always blows my mind what you guys are doing. If people weren't able to come and see you here at IBC and they want to find out more, is there a website they can go to?
www.sonnettech.com.
Greg, thank you very much. Well, there you have it. You want to find out more from Sonnet Technologies and you weren't able to come and see them here at IBC, then go and check out their website. For more from us this year, you can see it all on our website, and that is kitplus.com.